Welcome to Real Talk with Real Estate Pros, where we bring you exclusive interviews with the real estate experts. We'll delve deep into their journey to success and learn how to go the extra mile to serve their clients' wants and needs. Let's dive in. Here's your host, John Money McKinley.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Real Talk with Real Estate Pros. Just got a really quick show here today. I get a lot of questions from y'all in the chat. I get a lot of questions from y'all emailing me and texting me. And one of the biggest ones that I've been getting lately is about first-time home buyers. Getting a lot of questions on what do you need to know to be able to buy a home? What things do you need to have in line? And you know me, I always like to have on experts on my show who can help you all get a better idea and a better understanding of what's going on in the world of real estate. And that's why today I have two experts here. They're a husband and wife team. They've been working together for a very, very long time in the world of real estate, and they are experts at what they do. I'd like to welcome James and Lisa Sawyer. How are you guys today?
Good, John, and you?
I'm good. Well, thank you all very much for being here today. And like I was telling my audience, a lot of people want to know, okay, we think things are getting better in the world of real estate. Things are starting to look better. We hear interest rates are going to come down, but I've never owned a home. I want to really dig deep into your guys' minds and get a better understanding of what my customers need to know. One of the big questions that people ask me, of course they do because I'm a lender, but the big question is, do I really need 20% for a down payment?
Not necessarily. I mean, you can get an FHA loan for 3.5% conventional first-time home buyer for free. I always tell people to get in the least amount it costs you to get in the home. And if it's a higher rate, just date the rate and marry the home. That way you can refinance later. If you put all your money up front, we'll say 20%, and then something comes up where you have to sell the home and the market declines, now you've lost your equity and your cash. I never try to use my cash to buy a home.
Okay. And plus, when you do it that way, that leaves your clients with a little bit of money in the bank. So if God forbid something should happen in their life, they're not left broke.
That's correct.
Okay. What should a first-time home buyer expect if they're working with you in week one, when they're getting ready to go, okay, it's the first week we're working together. I want to go start looking at some houses. What is something they should expect?
Be familiar with the area you want to move into. We always suggest, drive by certain neighborhoods you think you like. See if you do like them. And then from there, we will find your needs and wants list. We will build you a search, an automated search profile, and then we'll go from there. We'll set up the appointments for you, schedule them, whatever's convenient for you, and then we'll start looking at homes.
Okay. Now, another question that comes across, and I'm sure you guys see this a lot, whether it's a first-time home buyer, where it's a many-time home buyer. Pre-approvals, approvals.
Mm-hmm.
What do sellers really want to see from their pre-approval letter? Would they rather have someone who's local, like myself, or someone who's a www.mortgagecompany.com? Is that okay with sellers? Or what are their thoughts on the difference between someone who's local right here in town or somebody who's out there on the internet somewhere?
I think it's 50-50. I mean, I don't think that really matters who or where. It depends on the type of qualification. Has the income been verified? Has the credit been verified? Do they have funds to close? Things like that. That's the most important thing to sellers. And then they're going to want to call the lender, or at least we do. We call the lender and talk to them and get a good feel for who's making an offer on our list. Try to get to know the lender just as well as the buyer, the seller or the buyer.
Okay.
It's always nice to have one person to talk to, also the same person over and over, opposed to having multiple people to talk to at different stages throughout the transaction too. It's always
like
nice.
Rocket Mortgage, they're big, but you'll talk to 8 different people and you get lost in the pile. And when you need something, you call up, nobody knows who to tell you to talk to. And
Oh,
stick with mortgage lenders, not credit unions and big banks, because they do mortgages. They not only do mortgages, but they do car loans, credit cards, checking, savings. They don't really specialize in mortgages. I always tell people, go to a mortgage lender to borrow for a home, not a bank.
someone that's what their full-time career is,
That
helping
is correct.
people finance homes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, let's talk about the home shopping process. How do you keep people focused on the must-haves versus the nice-to-haves? Because we all know we all start getting out there looking and going, "Oh, I must have this, but ooh, I really want to have this, this, and this." And the next thing you know, your $350,000 budget is now ballooned up into 600,000.
Well, I mean, if we know what their pre-approval limit is or what they're qualified for, you have to be careful how you do that. I mean, you can say, they'll go look and say, "Man, I wish you had this." I'm gonna say, "Well, I can get you that, but it's going to cost you $50,000 more dollars. Do you want to spend that kind of money, and can you get pre-qualified for a higher dollar amount?" Don't try to control their expectations up front. Don't let them get all infatuated with shiny and blinky and stuff like that. You got to keep them practical. You got to talk to them like they need to be talked to. Just make them aware of what's going on. Don't talk down to them. Just keep them abreast of what's going on and what it means.
Okay. And really keep focused on the items in the home that are the most important items, because I've seen homes. I'm sure everybody that's listening that's even gone on the internet to look at homes, you've seen some of those homes with great bells and whistles and shiny things. However, when you get looking into it, below the surface may be some things that might shock you.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay. Now, what are one or two levers that you guys use besides price that really can get there and make an offer go through for a seller? Where if it's maybe they've got multiple offers coming in and you really want to go with something besides price that will put your client ahead of the competition.
Stay engaged. Make sure you talk to them on a daily basis. Promote your client. Talk to them. Try to make them understand that you know what you're doing. So when you're representing your client, they don't have any surprises. I always tell people, check our references, check our records. You can see we have 0 complaints, 5-star ratings, and we've closed X amount of houses. So we close homes. And I won't bring you a buyer that's not qualified to finish.
Okay. And that goes right back to what we talked about on the getting approved side of things first, and how important that really is, especially for first time home buyers, because there's a lot of lenders out there. And you know this, James, you know this, Lisa. There's a lot of lenders out there that'll just take an application, pull somebody's credit and say they're good to go, yet they've never taken the time to even look at a paycheck stub or a bank statement on the
That's
client.
job number one for us. Even if we're buyer, seller, whichever it is, we verify the pre-qual, and I'll call you up, and if you're the lender, and I'll pretty much put you through a ringer of questions until if you can't answer them, then I won't accept your. If I'm selling, or if I represent a seller, I won't take your offer.
We want to make sure that when we start a transaction, we can finish it.
Yeah.
We just don't want to stop and then leave it hanging. So we always try to make sure that before we start it, we can completely finish it all the way through.
There's nothing worse for a buyer or a seller than to get all excited about getting their home, getting prepared mentally to move in, as well as packing and getting everything in line, including the seller packing up, ready to move to their next destination. And then 2.5, 3 weeks later, something fell through because the initial part of the home buying process wasn't handled correctly.
Correct.
Typically, when you talk to the other realtor, I can tell by the way the realtor reacts, and what they're doing. And that has a lot to do with too. If I'm on the selling side and you're buying a house from me, I'll quiz the realtor just as much as I will if I have a buyer, because there's a lot of people out there that shouldn't be doing what they're doing. The most important thing is do your research, make sure you understand your realtor, and make sure they can answer your questions and explain everything in detail.
Perfect. Well, I really appreciate you all coming on my show today. Thank you very much. I wanted to make this just a quick little question and answer and really give my audience some answers to the questions they've been asking me about the first time home buyers. If people want to get a hold of you, James and Lisa, to get a consultation, do you guys offer any type of home buyer consultation?
Certainly.
Okay. What's the best way for folks to reach out to you two?
Phone numbers,
Okay. What's the best phone number they can call you at?
713-498-9016.
Or
Okay.
you can reach me, 832-434-3253.
Perfect. And I'm going to put all this down in the comment section as well in this video so people will be able to grab that. It'll be the pinned first comment. We've got this here too. This is a booking appointment page that you can go to book your free home buying consultation with James and Lisa. They'll take the time to understand what you're looking for, understand where you're coming from, and hold your hand through every step of the process. Well, thank you very much, James and Lisa, for being here today. And thank everybody for watching Real Talk with Real Estate Pros.